Ayman Khan here for seconds out at the Mayweather gym in Las Vegas in the company of Coach Bullitt for the first time. Coach, pleasure to speak to you. How's life treating you?
Life is great, you know. Got a lot of fighters, man. I got a lot to look forward to. And just started my 6-year-old career. So she's, you know, kind of motivated me a lot that she likes it. I'm not telling her to do it. She want to do it, So let's see where it go.
At that age, what is it about? Is it about just keeping whoever it is that's putting on the gloves at that young age just interested in boxing and seeing that they can learn and they're capable of doing something?
Yeah, it's nothing that you want to tell somebody to do. If they like it and they're interested in it, you want to be able to, help them with their goals and their dreams and make them believe what make them believe what's in their head is real. That's what it's about.
In terms of so just to give you a little bit of insight on myself, obviously as a boxing journalist, getting around gyms and stuff, but I've made the decision last year to into a local gym and actually do some of the training that boxers do and getting to learn that on that side of the game. So I'll not just look at the sport and watch the fights on a fight night. What are your principles that you expect from any boxer, whether it be amateur, pro, or someone that puts on the gloves to hold when they step through the gym doors here?
Just be dedicated. Whatever you step into this fight game, just be dedicated and make sure your lifestyle backs up with your goals and your dreams. Everybody want to be a champion. Everybody want to make some money. Everybody want to be great. But if your lifestyle ain't dedicated, no drinking, no smoking, no party, no kicking it, and you want to live your life as a prisoner, that's the way to be a world champion.
How often do you see life getting in the way of fighters who have the talent but can't manifest the best of the talent because of what goes on outside of the ropes?
Sadly to say, about 50% or more of the top fighters that I've ever trained, life has happened to them. And they're no longer able to box because they got families they got to feed. They don't have the support. Some got medical stuff, some got issues, some got, incarceration, some had to go military. Like I said, life happens. And when you do have a few that's special, you have a few that's it's inevitable for them to be world champion. You try to hold on to them and keep them encouraged. You try to get all the help and support you can from a team. Management, you know, promotion. I'm a promoter now too, just for that very reason. Is that a lot of these fighters feel like sometimes that if they're not signed, that they're not good enough, and that deters them from their championship run. And I tell a fighter like this: if you're not signed to a major promoter, it's better for you that way sometimes. It's better. It's like a music person, an artist. Sometimes better to be independent and sell your records, then come to the label and get to 90-10 or 80-20. Because sometimes if a promoter sign you that's major with a million fighters under their stable, you're not the top dog. At least then you control your own destiny.
I was speaking to Shannon Briggs actually a couple of weeks back, and we were talking about Deontay Wilder, who was out in the ring recently, and he spoke in a recent interview on Era Hawani about betrayals that he's had in his life that have really curtailed his career, alongside, of course, maybe some of the fights that he's been with Wilder specifically. Do you see a route for him back to the top of the sport if he gets those opportunities?
Deontay Wilder needs to be with coaches that he respects and coaches that got knowledge. Like Mark Breland, I think him separated from Mark Breland destroyed his career. And I'm saying that because you got Mark Breland, somebody with a lot of boxing knowledge, and somebody that's not going to tell you what you want to hear, but tell you what's real. And sometimes these fighters and these champions, they get away from that because other people are in their ear, time and time again. And when you have people in your ear, that's yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, and just kissing your ass is not a good thing. And back to the Wilder question, he just need a better. I'm not going to say better. A trainer with the approach of a leader, and not somebody just want to be able to collect a check or just a yes man. That's the difference.
In your career, have you ever seen a fighter who's had the finger pointed them towards them to say that they've not there mentally regained that spirit, regained that want and hunger back, pushed off the silk sheets and found that ambition back again?
Yeah. As of late, my very own fighter, Rolly, he got to the top, made him a two-time world champion. He lost to Pitbull, and he lost another fight. and he was kind of like not really there after the, say, Tank and Pitbull losses. And I feel like now, after the Ryan Garcia victory, I feel like he kind of got a little bit of his spunk back, and I like to see that. Um, I just, wish things would have went different, but people make decisions, and they gotta live with them. So I've seen other fighters, but nothing personal that I could really pinpoint like that. But that's a pretty good question because I just went through the same shit. So
Speaking of Rolly Romero, we saw him in Turkey. He was in good spirits, had a lot of fun with the media as well in his own special kind of way. What would you want to see for Rolly next off the back of that win over Ryan?
the rematch, so you can have a second win over Ryan. Ryan would never beat him. We beat Ryan Garcia right here in this gym twice. So Ryan is already mentally whooped by Rolly. It ain't about his right hand surgery because he's not known for his right hand anyway. He's known for his left hook. So it's another victory for Rolly. And then after that, as much money as he could earn in his career, it would be great. The biggest fights that's out there for him, he needs to take them. And when you retire a successful, intelligent person with all your wits, and call it a day.
When you say when you retire, in this day and age in boxing, when you retire, you don't retire. You come back, you fight, you have exhibitions, you have whatever it is. Right now, this weekend, Manny Pacquiao is returning to the ring. I don't want to dodge around this question. Do you have concern about him, his health, his ability to win the fight? Where do you stand on his actual return to the ring?
His return to the ring is good. It's good for him. It's only 46. I'm 45. I'm very active. So the only concern I would have is, what is his lifestyle before a training camp? Is he drinking Hennessy? Is he hanging out? Is he disciplined? Those are the things that you worry about when a guy's older compared to fight a younger guy, is his lifestyle. Because if you're just coming off of doing nothing off the couch, it's hard. Your timing and rhythm is off. I don't give a damn how much sparring you've done. It's about under the lights fight night. You know what I'm saying? A consistent fighter in the ring like Barrios is a dangerous fighter for Manny Pacquiao right now because he's so consistently active. So Pacquiao's a warrior. He's a beast and he's a buzzsaw. So, it's going to be a good fight.
Sorry to cut you off, I apologize. What would you say would be the best instructions to overcome as much as possible that inactivity, that age, that gap in youth and activity that Mario Barrios brings in? What could you do as a coach's perspective to give Manny the best foot forward at the weekend?
A lot of sparring. Balanced with a lot of conditioning. A lot of sparring beats anything. It has to be tough, grueling, knocked out sparring, but a lot of rounds. A lot of rounds and a lot of conditioning. Get your lungs up and get to the top of that mountain, Big Bear or Mount Charleston, and work at an elevated space where your lung can have a greater capacity. And you'll be able to perform and produce more in a 12-round fight than if you didn't do a lot of sparring, do a lot of pad work. Mitts is, to me, the best thing that a fighter could have in this camp because you're learning constantly in a job. You're constantly being corrected. You're checking your angles, your distance, the power of your shots. The coach of that, hey, give me some more. That's not enough, And like I said, for that timing and rhythm, because that's what boxing is all about, is that sparring.
Do you think he does do it this weekend?
Because of his greatness, you can never count Pacquiao out, and the legendary heart and mindset that he has, the intangibles. If he does win this fight, it's because of his intangibles. The things that you can't see. Not the speed, not the power, not the conditioning, the will, the dog, the heart. Those are the things that that have to play a part for Pacquiao to win this fight.
Win, lose, or draw, do you think that is the full stop in the career, or do you think he would have more? I've seen articles where he said that the rematch with Mayweather is an itch that he wants to scratch. Could that be something that's possible? Should Pacquiao capture the world title this weekend?
Yeah, I don't know about Floyd Mayweather Jr. Fighting again under the record. You know what I'm saying? 50-0 is going to be 50-0, and that's legendary. He has no reason to come back out of retirement to fight anybody unless it's against exhibition. Like, why would I tarnish my record to satisfy another man? And now if they're giving him 500 million, he might get out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? But I think Floyd is satisfied with his boxing career. He is doing great in his exhibitions and making a lot of money outside in business. So I don't think anything could really grab him back and motivate him to get back into a 12-round boxing match with anyone.
Just one final topic before I let you go. Obviously, Jim is very busy. I want to ask you on the UK side of things. We have a big fight coming up this weekend as well, too. Usyk versus Dubois, too. A lot of talk about the confidence and the change in Daniel Dubois heading into the rematch with Oleksandr Usyk, and some feeling that Usyk is still an elite and great fighter, but maybe has lost a little bit of step, but still at a high level. Is that your read as well, too? How do you assess the fight that's happening this weekend?
When you have an Olympic great like Usyk, he can adjust and adapt to anything. If Daniel Dubois does not have a good jab coming into this fight, he's not going to beat Usyk. I feel Usyk knows the significance of this fight, and he knew how challenging the Dubois first fight was. He's going to take this very serious, and he's going to, perform better than the first fight. So Daniel has the power, he has the toughness, but you gotta watch and don't discredit Usyk. He's not undisputed champion for it. He could have been playing cruiserweight. He chose to go heavyweight for a reason. He's faster, he's more skilled than all of them. So 51% Usyk, 49% Dubois.